Which famous person should already be in jail right now? Cursed remains to be composting our soul. And then in the seventh circle of hell he should still be remanded to the prison there, where Satan will continue to pound him in the ass for all eternity. And I don't say that lightly. David Walliams. I have a feeling more stuff will come out. That there's a video showing him kissing what I presume are teenagers, and even started pulling one's trousers down while he struggles. Ray Lewis, by most accounts, was an accessory to murder. Donald Trump for obvious reasons. Ted Kennedy, although he's dead, wrecked his car, presumably drunk, into the Chappaquiddick River, and killed Mary Jo Kopech with no repercussions. I already saw Roman Polanski on here too. Can we add Amber Heard? Don't forget Rashid Rice. That's too easy. Donald Trump, of course. At least since 2024, conspiracy against the state and gross violation of the Constitution of the US of a president in office. The sentence should have been 35 years in jail and lifetime loss of all rights to hold public office. Anthony Kiedis of our HCP, bro fucked a teenage girl, found out she was underage, because she straight up told him she was, so he fucked her again and sent her home in another state. Then wrote about it in his book and wrote a song about it. Fuck him, and his band suck anyway. Engel, I think Trump should be in prison. He's a right old scum who is narcissistic and thinks he rules the world, not to mention all the horrendous shit he's done to people and the workplace. No hate anyone who likes him, I'm just giving my opinion. Alec Baldwin, that's a pretty clear case, and he didn't follow basic firearms safety and killed a person, all injuring another. So yeah, he should have been charged with manslaughter the next day instead of a year later, and still not going to trial. I've heard a lot of people say when Sir David Jason dies, a lot of shit is going to come to light. Think Sovel levels. I realize this is only really applicable to the Brits, but for the Americans, he is currently a national treasure in the UK. Estly, a lot of domestic abusers, physical and emotional, get away with it. It just sucks that even when victims have fame as a platform, these dickheads have few long-term effects to their quality of life. One famous person, Ted Nugent, said he'd be dead or in jail if Obama got re-elected. Just another lying right-wing extremist blowing sunshine up our skirts. That deplorable is still around. Every US president and his administration, the famous ones starting from Clinton, definitely Bush though. There are prior ones, but I believe most if not all of them are dead by now. Vince Neil killed an up-and-coming musician in the 80s in a DUI car accident. He has continued to get DUIs, so clearly he didn't learn, and the initial slap on the wrist was bullshit. I don't know if I would still say famous, but Dovey Vanity of blood on the dance floor. Notorious piece of shit. Sexual predator and known child groomer. Donald Trump, Prince Andrew, Bill Cosby, Roman Polanski, at least half of the Roman Catholic Church, and pretty much every rock star from the 70s. Nat Keats, family values congressman from Florida, who took a 17-year-old prostitute sex trafficking victim across state lines and got caught. I fully expected the orange shitweasel to be number one on this list. It's easy to forget that there are others in competition for the spot. Christopher Walken and Robert Wagner were both present when Natalie Wood disappeared into the sea. Nobody was ever held accountable. Fucking Trump, rapist, fraudster, election interference, and stealing national defense documents, just to name his recent indictments. I mean, you could throw a dart at a wall of political figures and hit someone who deserves to be killed with a dart to the throat. Oh, if we're playing historical hot potato, then definitely Genghis Khan would be facing some serious charges in today's courts. Prince Andrew, King Charles, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Andrew Tate, Benjamin Netanyahu, Rishi Sunak, Ben Gvir. It's the longest list, haha. Nancy Pelosi, how is she allowed to get away with this level of blatantly obvious insider trading and the FTC does nothing? Ronaldo, man admitted to having sex with a woman who was saying no, and is still hailed as a god. It makes me a bit sick, oh man. No one has said Christopher Brown yet. Give me free karma for saying Chris Brown bad for the 100th time. I think most people don't reach celebrity and richness without harming someone along the road, so probably all of them. Let's start with Trump and his band of vulgarian thieves, grifters and fraudsters. Class war is coming. Jenny McCarthy for the lies about autism and vaccines. Anyone on Lolita flights. Anyone who defended Roman Polanski. Tim Ballard, while claiming he helps human trafficking victims. He does more to fuel it than anything else. Fauci, Diddy, Hunter Biden, that senator that is up and rising who hasn't paid his taxes in 5 years. Bryan Singer, the Jeepers Creepers director, whatever that pedo's name is. Their famous enabler friends. Donald Trump, 91 times, and also all the times he grabbed them by the pussy without their consent. Alec Baldwin, shot to people and has blamed everything other than his finger pulling the trigger. I had to rephrase my answer, or else I'd probably get banned. The big guy and his crime family. Kenneth Copeland, Charlie Sheen. The allegations follow this man wherever he goes and whoever he's with. Brian Peck. And all those celebs that wrote letters of support for him are freaks too. Tony Blair. If I ever see him, I'm going to citizens arrest him for war crimes. Lot of celebs and only a few politicians. Celebs are easier to go after, I guess. Roman Polanski raped a child, and all of Hollywood sided with him for years. Tom Hanks, Prince Andrew, Donald Trump, P. Diddy, Extra OB. Notice a pattern? I mean, Donald Trump is guilty of fraud so many times that it's ridiculous. O.J. Simpson, even though he died yesterday, he should have died behind bars. Donald Trump, how can he be running for president? Makes no sense, hate him. I'm happy to see Trump is living rent-free in so many Americans' heads. Conan, for stealing the spotlight from all future guests of Hot Ones. Well, usually I'd say O.J., but now I have to come up with a new one. Ismail Haniyeh and Benjamin Netanyahu should be in the same cell. Kyle Rittenhouse, dude crossed state lines to shoot black people. Jared Leto, Dane Cook, Marilyn Manson, Johnny Depp, so many more. P. Diddler, Extra OB, Extra OB, Extra OB, Extra OB, also Trump, to Biden family, Hillary Clinton, struck a few dozen others. Every person on the flight manifest to Epstein's Fuck Island. Obviously Donald Trump, sharing a cell with Alex Jones. Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi. All those Russians, Putin, Medvedev, Lukashenko, Trump, every living former and current president of the US. Well, there's this guy who's running for president.